Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm diving into a long-term review of a monitor that I've owned for 4 years now. My own gaming monitor, 165 hertz refresh rate that you no longer can get unless you're on Amazon, but it's something I've used for a very long time competitively, doing day 1 world races for Destiny 2, and what I use for video editing and pretty much all day use. It's been something I've really used a lot. For the price that you can find it right now is about $111, $110 probably used, or it's $85 depending where you're getting it from. Mostly from Amazon, it's $110, $111, so there's that. Though if you look up for this exact monitor, you'll just get the Amazon link. Though ONN monitors are Walmart's gaming brand or brand in general, and they have a new one which is 180 hertz, and from what I've seen and saw reviews on, it has a better color correction. Will I be getting that? Definitely not. There is some things that the ONN gaming monitor I don't like. Mostly it's the back of it. I don't use the original stand, so in this video I'm not going to have the original stand in this. I have a different floating stand that I like to have, an arm stand, and it's not compatible with it. I had to use longer screws or have it jerry-rigged where it is at any point, if I move the monitor in a weird angle, this monitor is falling off the arm stand like nothing. So there's that. So 4 years of using this monitor, though I've had to swap to a different one. I have two now, and one was used for the primary monitor, and it had some dead pixels when it came out of the box, though the box was damaged, so I did get it for a little cheaper. Though I went back to Walmart and get me a whole brand new one, so there's that. So starting off, this monitor is a 1080p monitor, though if you notice some of my videos are in 1440p, and that's because I use the upscaling thing for the display settings for my GPU, which honestly, I would say if you have a good beefy GPU, which say that you're getting a whole Walmart setup, usually there's a display setup that will have like the latest graphics card, which going through like what my Walmart has, for about 800 bucks you're getting a solid PC with a 5060 GPU. So obviously you can probably bump this up to 1440p. It kind of takes all like the 1080p pixels and kind of like, I would say quote unquote shrink them down, but like you notice it more. Like you notice that it is 1440p, and I can definitely tell between my games if I swap to 1080p to 1440p, which I think that's really cool on the GPU part. But for this monitor to kind of notice that difference, even though it's a 1080p monitor, definitely says that this monitor is very interesting, and I want to test it out with other monitors that I have moving forward in the future. So moving on to like settings that this monitor has, it has a 1 millisecond response time setting, and I really wouldn't suggest turning that on. And the reason why is that it kind of defeats the purpose of you setting up your colors and your brightness, because when you turn it on, it actually just lowers the brightness and you can't adjust brightness when you do it. Though I feel like there is a slight, oh wow, that's a good response time. I honestly can't tell the difference when I swap from it to back to turning it off. So again, this might be a placebo effect again of even having it, though this is a very old monitor. I'm pretty sure this setting does not exist on the newer monitor, but for right now, if anyone owns this monitor, I would suggest just not even turning it on. I mean, for 4 years, I have not turned this thing on. I turned it on when I first bought it, and I didn't really like that. It does have blue light settings, and honestly, it's a good alternative for blue light because it dims the monitor down, but I really just use the blue light settings if my eyes are killing me, but I have a long session ahead of me. So starting off with color settings, this is out of the box color settings. This is what I used for, I would say, probably 3 months or so when I first got the monitor, which it's because I really didn't mess with it too much. When I first got it, I was like, cool, I have 165 refresh rate. We're awesome. We're solid. We're moving forward in life, you know, no longer 60 hertz monitor. So this was kind of like what it looks like on just the factory settings, with it being on the warm preset with a 2.2 gamma and with the standard setting on the monitor. And to be honest, it's not too bad. I would say it's kind of very well balanced. And from what I can tell, though, the colors to me personally, they seemed not wash, but like they're there. But I like to have my colors like pop a little bit of like either a lot of saturation or, you know, a little bit of, you know, kind of a movie like look to it. And what I found out is that on this, it's not bad, though. When I was doing competitive, I was having a hard time like registering enemies because of that lack of saturation on like seeing someone. So I did boost it up to 75% saturation on my GPU, or for, you know, my graphics settings when you go into NVIDIA. And which also I'll be providing a video for that as well. As you can see, like I through the examples, I have friends, you know, doing some Destiny stuff, and I had that recorded where I was changing my settings as we go. But yeah, this is kind of what it looks like. And with the saturation, I bumped it to 75 because I was told like that's like a good number to have your saturation at. And I kind of had it like that for another month or two because I thought that was like really like perfect. And so after like a month or two of doing that, I felt like it could have gotten a little bit better. So there is a preset on here called graphics, which I noticed that a lot of monitors have that. And I went to that preset, and good God, I think I burnt my eyes, because with the high level of saturation and just high brightness and everything, it's just, oh my gosh, like it's a lot of color. I would say that, but I wasn't ready to have high exposure of just so much happen at once. And I was so dead set on like this being my go-to, and it was my go-to for about 2 years. And I would say it wasn't a bad pick. It definitely wasn't. I really like enjoy having this. Like, it's not a bad preset to have. You know, you still have your colors, the same colors as they are. It's just everything's brighter and you have high saturation. This is what I sat for 2 years on this monitor, and the monitor didn't burn out, which was insane. And though the downside is that since I wasn't ready for this, and I have no blue light glasses at this time, I had headaches. I felt sick after long sessions. I had to wear shades looking at this thing. And then also, I then started to use the blue light function so I can kind of knock down that. But at that point, I was like, what is the point of even have that preset? So I then moved on to another preset, which was kind of dialed in for more of a cinematic look, but definitely knocked down the brightness a whole lot. And this is when I also got to mess with my own color settings as well. So with this, it's not bad. It's definitely a nice mixture of colors. The colors are a little bit more poppy and the brightness is lower down. And I would really say like this is a preset that I enjoyed for a year, and it was really nice. But the only reason why I changed it after a year is because I got really tired of like the yellow orange warmness to everything. And don't get me wrong, that is really nice, but I kind of wanted to have like a good like balance of some things. And so I kind of went back to almost the standard look of things, but I kind of tweaked things more with my graphic preset. And so when looking at this, it seems more dialed in for some things that I like to look at. And I kind of like when video editing, I like this preset. This preset I'm been using right now. This is my 4th year using this monitor, and this is the preset I've been kind of working on, and I kind of enjoy it. Though if I had to pick which preset, like a go-to preset for anyone, if you like don't care for very bright monitor and you just kind of like want a good look while playing, I mean this is just strictly just wanting to play video games, no you're trying to video edit or anything, I would say it is my third preset that I had, which is more darker and everything. It's definitely really a good preset to have if you're wanting to have kind of a mixture of like video editing and like doing games at the same time. I would say this preset I have now is pretty decent for what it's supposed to be doing. I would say my first 2 presets, they weren't bad. Definitely though, trying to video edit with high saturation is not ideal. It is not. I am surprised that these 4 years that my videos that I have uploaded in the 4 years were not so like oversaturated or blanded out that it was just like, whoa, what is this? So after being all that, would this monitor be something I would suggest if you did find it at your local Walmart over the other one that I showed previously? No, I would say definitely go for the 180 Hertz monitor. 180 Hertz is just more of a better upgrade, including since the prices never changed between these 2 monitors. This monitor, was it worth the money? I would say so. The warranty on it is only 2 to 3 years, and me having it for 4 years is kind of insane. Though I don't really use or need the warranty on it. I mean, I know how to take care of my electronics a little bit, but other than that, how would I say this monitor has been treating me? It's treated me very well. I think it is a good product. And if you are just someone that has a Walmart nearby and don't really know what to get and you just need a monitor, honestly pick yourself up the ONN gaming monitors. They're honestly not that bad. If you're trying to find a monitor that fits on a stand, try to look into the other monitors that would fit on traditional arm stands. But if you just need a monitor and you don't care about the fancy arm stands, honestly, it's not a bad deal. But I would say, yeah, that's been my 4 years of this monitor, and hopefully here soon I'll have another monitor review that isn't 4 years old. So other than that, hope to catch you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.